right, guys. Looks like Dell and Joseph are about to kick it off here. Look at this. Dell barely ekes it by, maybe a fourth of a ball there. Man, so Wilkie and Haas, hill, huh?
Yeah, that was a tough match. It was going on for a little while there, and so I knew it was probably going the distance. And sure enough, these guys have played numerous times together. Wilkie and Scott Haas, both players being fairly local. Scott up in PA, Sean down here in Maryland. So lots of overlapping tournaments. They played, lots of events together. Lots of finals together. And of course, Scott making a little comeback. He was off for a little while. Had surgery. I put him down for, I guess, maybe about a month or two. And now he's just getting back into it over the last couple weeks. And he's been playing very well.
Good. Somebody in the chat says that Wilkie and Earl are going to be playing on Sean's next match.
Oh, what a match that will be.
I wonder when that's supposed to be starting. I see Earl on the table over there now. I wonder if that might be able to be a match we can get for the TV table. Just depends on the timelines, guys. In the meantime, Dell is going to come up with a shot on the one ball here. You got the 3 tucked away behind the 8, so that's going to be something to plan for in this rack. You don't have the easiest opening one ball shot here. And the safety is not going to be as automatic as it could be in a lot of opening shots this early in the rack, because a lot of the traffic is close to the rail, so you're going to be playing very pinpoint precision safety if you decide to go for that. I think Dell's going to be making this ball, though. Oh, no, he's aiming to try to fix the 8-3 problem.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, comes up a little wider than he expected. I think he was trying to play off the long rail first. Fortunately, though, he controlled the one ball perfectly. So the one ball does not have a pocket. So Korsiak comes to the table with most likely another safety here. So he plays that shot well, freezes the cue ball to the back of the 7. Oh, he's barely going to miss that. He's going to be giving Joseph ball in hand again. Now, this is the second time Joseph's had ball in hand this rack. First time, though, he was forced to take care of the one ball because it was locked up, and we still have the 3 ball tied up with the 8 ball down table here. So it looks like Joseph's going to be playing another safe here.
Yeah, the problem is the 3 ball is locked down there behind the 8, so you really got to get in a prime position to either break it out or somehow play a combo to the 8 to make the 3. So they have to use the 1 or the 2 ball there. So Dell's going to go 1 rail here. And he's just going to try to nip the 1. So even though he frees him up here, I mean, it's not a terrible shot because of where the 3's at. So, these guys are not going to start running, running the 1-2 until they can get into a position that they need to be. So he may play another safe here.
He tries to lock him on the back of that 9 ball there. Angle is just barely off.
So now you got to think Dell could be in a good position here. Like if you can get the 2 to run down to the corner pocket, which is what he's looking at here, to break out the 3, to catch just right before the pocket and hit the back side of the.
Oh, great
3.
shot.
There it is. Oh, but
Oh,
doesn't
no
move.
reward. And maybe, ooh, a little flirt with the side pocket. Yeah, he needed a little bit more force behind that one because the 8 ball just held the 3 ball still there. This right here is just going to be a speed touch, yeah? You just tap the 3 to get to the other side of the 8.
Yeah, he just has to be careful that he hits the 3 kind of full because he doesn't want the 3 to hit the 8 and then leak out like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So it was a tough shot either way.
This is either player's first real chance to be able to try to put a run together here. Executes that nicely.
That's good. Good shot there by Joseph. We have some updates on some more scores going around here. George Rodriguez over Will Moon, 7-0.
Ouch.
So George Rodriguez, hopeful stay intact. That was a B-side match, so Will's out. And then we have Eddie Abraham over Kevin West, 7-6. So big win there for Eddie. Of course, Eddie and Kevin played lots of times before as well. Tight match, Hill. And Zion's V. Get the update there. Zion's V over Justin Muller, 7-1. So Zion continues on.
Gets a nice little rub on the 9 ball there. Actually helped him.
Yeah.
Either way, he'd have been okay, but it still helps the angle.
Yeah, I mean, he's dead perfect now on the 9. He can just play a stop shot here. Joseph scores first. 1-0 over Del Sim. So a little bit about Del Sim from New York. He is known as the Highlander. There can only be one. That is one of my favorite movies. 2016, won New York Tri-State, came in first place. Of course, had a big 5th place finish out at the World 14-1 in 2011. I was there to see that. His pull advice: every time you're at the table, practice or match, play as if you're on the hill in the major finals. So a good piece of advice. He's sponsored by OBQs, G2 Tips, and Chalky Sticks. Of course, he's playing with OB products. Shane Sanat, the owner over there at OB right now. Very nice guy. big break by Joseph.
Unfortunately, a big dry break.
Yeah, not only did he break dry, but he's got a clump of balls up here with the 1. So Dell is most likely going to push out here. Either way, though, the push doesn't look great because if you put him down here on the bottom side of the table so that he can see the 1, he'll really leave an easy safe for him, or possibly a carom on the 2 ball. So he's really got to be careful. There's really no good place. I don't like anything here.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain, and I'm not seeing anything that's...
So he pushes to... I guess he's thinking if I get this back, then I'm going to kick at it. So he leaves the easiest angle for him to come into it.
You think he tried to tie the 6 and the 7 up down there? That way, just in case Joe's able to come with a safe here and gets ball in hand, he's still going to have work to do.
Yeah, anytime you're pushing out and the balls are tied up like this, the push out is usually a good idea to try to tie something up. So he makes a good carom on the 2 ball. Of course, it's called pocket here in 10 ball, so he calls a 2. He'll keep shooting, so he's going to have to navigate the 6-7. The good thing is, Josh, is that at least the 6-7 look like they're lined up. So if the player can get on the correct side here,
comes up almost a full diamond short on that one.
yeah. So that's going to be a mistake there by Joseph. He's going to leave a shot here for Dell. Dell can cut the 1 ball in the side. And, based off of what we've seen already on this side pocket, when you cut a ball on this particular angle, you got to do it a little gingerly, you want to play the ball on the 1 ball just to the lip of the pocket. So let's see how he decides to attack it. And he overcuts it. So, in my opinion, he hit a little bit hard because he wanted to, ideally he wanted to come back over where he's at now for the 3. That's why he hit it as firm as he did. But, if he plays the 1 pocket speed, and even if he runs into the 8, he's still got the 3. In this corner pocket that Joseph's lined up at, and now.
Yeah, he's going to try to nudge this ball out of here. It'll be leading towards the 4 ball here.
Yeah, and it's a good play here. He can just come down into 6, even if he just catches the right side of it there like that.
It's perfect.
Yeah, he comes back into the 4. Probably didn't want to be right on the rail shooting over the 8 ball, but he's cueing to just slide this cue ball over for the 5 in the same pocket. He's going to have a good stroke on it, and he misses it. Another update from around the tournament. Adam Keeler over James Blackburn. Keeler wins 7-1. So that was a B-side match. So James Blackburn's out. He had a good tournament yesterday. He went undefeated, came here today, lost to Earl, and then lost to Keeler. So Keeler moves on. course, unfortunate miss there by Joseph on the 4 ball has allowed Del Sim to get back at the table here. So he got a little bit straight there.
Had to punch that ball a little bit. All right, buddy. Take it easy, man.
Dell gets rack number 2.
One to one. Dell to break.
Of course, we appreciate Dell. He's rocking the lights out gear today. Showing off the Highlander blue and his nickname. So we appreciate the support, Dell. One of the nicest guys in the sport too. Avid straight pool player. Just misses the 8 in the side, but he does pocket a ball in the corner. And look at this, he's got a shot on the 1. 2 is right there.
Yeah, this is looking great.
Yeah, just oh man,
That was actually pretty off.
he's having problems. Well, everybody's having problems with that side pocket so far today. You know, that we've seen.
Yeah, that was brutal.
So it's definitely playing tight depending on what type of angle you have. You just got to remember that the more severe that the angle is, you know, a little bit softer you have to hit the ball. And this is not great for Dell because all the balls are open here. So depending on how you like this shot, you can just pocket the 3. Come down off the bottom rail. You can draw back, or you can come 2 rails back into the position on the 4 with a little bit of outside spin. So now is this is where the shot is. He'll navigate to the 5. He's going to want to come back down table to get below the 5 to play it in the side pocket.
Yeah, he struck that one good.
Yeah. So he's queuing over the 10 just a tad bit here. He overrolls it just a tad, but he's going to be okay. I mean, you can bump the 8 here if you want, or you can just wants it to stay up.
I hope he didn't get caught by that point there. It's hard to tell. I guess not as quick as he's moving on this ball.
Yeah, he'll just draw this just a little slide out to the 9. No, he's fine. He'll just play the 9 ball. A little center. Probably come to the rail here. I think this table.
Nicely done. Jeff's just going to take a 2-1 lead. over Dell. This is an unfortunate error by Dell there. The table laid very well. And he had a shot on the one ball there. Unfortunately dogged the side pocket shot. And Joseph's able to capitalize on that. So he's going to take a one-rack lead, and he's breaking. So that that unforced error on that one ball in the side pocket there is going to put Joseph in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I was just getting confirmation there about the next match. So they're going to try to hold the Sean and Earl match. So Wilkie versus Earl Strickland. Of course, we pushed to have that on the TV table match, so they're going to hold off. And that'll be a big match. I think Earl's got the best of Sean over the last couple times. They played a few times on the Bar Box Championships for the Maryland State. Earl's come out on top. So Sean will look to get retribution. Dry break.
Queuing over the 5 ball here, but the 1 ball is hanging in the pocket.
And he can just, if he just cuts this ball thin and let the cue ball run back down here. And he gets good shape on the 2. So Dell's going to go ahead and take a look and see if the 3 ball goes by the 8. And it doesn't, so he plays under it.
Great shot there.
Yeah, tough shot too, because he had to hit it with a little inside English to make sure that he got the cue ball over to that side for the 4. And it looks like he can see the edge. He wants the cue ball to come down a little further. He was trying to get a little further underneath that 5 ball. He'll come between the 8 and the 7.
Oh, no.
And he misses it. Now look at this. He really just one stroked that shot. Didn't really pay any attention to it. Of course, he ended up getting in position on the 6 ball. And so right now, Joseph's got to see if the 5 ball goes past the 8. So if it does go by, he'll be hitting a little bit of low on this cue ball. He wants to keep the cue ball up table for the 6.
Overcut it.
Yeah, he really mishit it. Or did he do it on purpose? I don't know.
Yeah, with where that cue ball ended up.
Maybe he was trying to just, bury him. So a lot of times when you play safety, there's a couple different safeties that you can play. One is cue ball safety, where it doesn't matter where the object ball goes. You just really concentrate on getting your cue ball to the point where you want it at. And then, of course, there is object ball safety, where you're trying to put the object ball in a certain place to lock it up. Doesn't really matter much where you leave the cue ball. And then, of course, you got your 2-way safeties where you can play both of those shots to really put your opponent in a bad situation. Wow. Look at that shot by Del Sim.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, he's jacked up off the rail, spears the 5 ball in the corner. He was trying to come back 2-3 rails to play the 6 overrolls it just a tad. So now he needs to see, does this 6 ball go between the 7 and 8? If it does.
I think it does.
Yeah,
think it goes
if
right
it
in.
does, he'll be good because he'll just roll it forward, the cue ball forward past the 10. Yeah, just like that.
Nice.
So he got fortunate there when he came around. Pinches that ball inside for position on the 8. Little low to come back over for the shot on the 9 ball. And not much here. You just don't want to leave yourself on the rail. You can play the 10 right in the side.
Nicely done. That 5-ball shot was critical.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that one again. Your instant replay sponsored by Gina Cunningham with Keller Williams. You can tell he's jacked up on the rail. You got to be careful. The ball's going to squirt here a little bit, but it actually hops off the table. So that's where he gets away with it. He hops off the table, and the cue ball comes down and makes contact right before the 5 ball. Look at that, and with spin, and he comes around and gets positioned for the 6 back in the same corner pocket.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, great shot by Dell. Allows him to get out of that rack, tie it up 2-2. Of course, Dell is a big, tall guy, lanky. He's got a big draw. I mean, a big stroke there. Makes a ball in the corner. 1 ball marries up on the 4. So he'll take a look to see if the combo's on here. Might be wired to go on the side. Plus, he's got a little helper there with a 9 ball. He just needs to make sure that that once he pockets the 4, that he gets the cue ball back up table, because the 1's going to barely move.
Ooh.
So you can see he tried to hit it with inside, so that way when the cue ball hit the rail that it came straight back up, but he didn't hit it very hard. So by the time it hit the rail, it had just lost it. It had lost the English. But he does make a good shot on the 1. He just gets a little over the 5 ball here. So more work here from Dell. He's going to have to cut this 3 ball in the corner, move the 10 out of the way.
Is it going to get there?
Got to get there. Oh, no. It started to rotate like it was going to fall and then stopped.
It's a double whammy.
Because Dell doesn't catch a rail, it's ball in hand for Joseph.
That's brutal.
You know, Dell's playing good in this tournament. He does need to, does need to slow it down a little bit. It looks like he's playing a little faster.
I mean, that can be a very critical shot here. I mean, tied, balls are open. You have a chance to take a 1-rack lead.
So another update here. Of course, you guys just saw Brandon Schuff beat Matt Craw. So Craw goes to the B side. And his constellation prize was to play James Aranis. And Ronis wins 7-2. So Kroll is out. And Ronis moves forward.
That's the dangerous side about having two big players go up early in the tournament is one of those big players is going to go decimate the B-side.
Yeah, and the thing is you look at Ronis. I look for Ronis to be back here in the finals. As he gets closer here, he's gonna catch a lot of good players. But 10-ball is his game, and I expect him to really play well through the B-side. So a couple other notable winner side matches that are going on. Brandon Schuff is now playing Jennifer Beretta. And, of course, Brandon and Jennifer, both sponsored by Lights Out Billiards Apparel. They've played several times before. I saw Brandon play Jennifer first year at the Whirlpool Series, Darren Appleton's event up in New York, in Steinway. Brandon got the better of that match. But of course, Jennifer is she's like what I like to call like a mechanic pool player. She's very diligent about her training. Very methodical player, takes her time. And you can almost see her going through her pre-shot routine it's the same every single time. So that should be a good match. We'll update you on that one when it's finished.
6-ball on the side. 2 looked like it was heading towards the corner. Collides and gets knocked out. Open shot on the 1-ball. You're going to have to take the 1-ball down here to the bottom corner. Looks like with the angle here, you might be able to go to the right side rail, come behind the 4, set up for the 2.
Yeah, that's a tough shot too, because he's back on the rail here with the cue ball. You'd have to make a real good shot on the 1, just miss the 4 ball. Bring the cue ball to the rail. We saw Joseph miss a shot like this earlier. So you can see where he's looking. He says, this is where I need to be. Anytime you're cueing off the rail, you got to be careful. You have to be more deliberate, smoother, slower. And he misses it again, but he gets a favorable roll there.
I wonder if he was actually aiming to miss that, because whenever he was like going to the side rail and kind of looking down table, it's almost like he was looking to see how this shot was going to feel. It goes heavily in his favor there. Because like when he was standing at the side rail there, he never looked towards the 2 to see what that angle at the 2 would be like. He just kept looking down at the corner pocket. Kind of makes me feel like he played that as a safe there.
He could have played it deliberate, and of course he tells Dell that he's on 2, because if you remember before, Dell fouled, or maybe he just told him he was taking a break.
Yeah, I think the last foul was the 3-ball, and that was the previous rack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably just telling Dell he wants to take a break. So we'll just thank our sponsors. We're waiting for Joseph to come back. Brews and Q's on the Boulevard down in Pasadena, Glen Burnie area. My good friend Tony Manning.
It's a beautiful place. I loved it when we went there.
It's my homeroom. A lot of guys here's homeroom that shoots here. They also sponsor Sean Wilkie. So we thank you for your sponsorship. Brian B. Quick and Randy Davis. He's had this plumbing company. It's been in his family for many, many years. And so if you need help there, please give him a call. And, of course, this guy, Jeff Greener with Concept Commercial Interiors, sponsoring Scott Haas and young Thomas Haas and a few other up-and-coming players. They do lots of commercial flooring and that sort of thing. So if you need them, definitely reach out to them. East Coast Landscaping and Larry Flagger down in Hampton Roads, almost down by where you're at. We thank you for your sponsorship. He's doing residential and commercial. And, of course, East Coast Prime Meats with Tim Tanana. So we thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you for keeping the stream free for all the viewers.
Absolutely.
So Joseph's going to start out here with ball in hand. Look, Tony's watching. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. So he might be trying to come and play this 2 over in the other corner. Make it a lot easier. Well, he's got to be careful here. That is not good.
Well, a lot easier was the plan, and a lot harder is the result.
And you can see he doesn't understand it. He's like, how did this happen? And, you know, you see this more often than not sometimes with players. You know, you have ball in hand. You know, a ball's lined up kind of tough, you know. So he says, I want to get to the easiest way, which would be coming in the angle that he did, but he just had the wrong angle. Ends up married on the 10 ball. So now he's going to have to kick at the ball over the 10. Very tough shot. Yeah, tried to come 2 rails into it and misses.
With that 2 ball being so close to the end rail, I almost like just a 1 rail kick there. I mean, you'd be stretched out, though, so I guess that's why I elected the 2 rail.
Well, and the other thing, too, is with the 1 rail kick, if you hit it, you know, most likely you put the 2 down by the pocket. This way, if he goes 2 rails into it,
it's still floating
cue
up
ball
towards the
still
middle.
goes up table.
Yeah. Dell going to be looking to make quick work of this rack. I asked him after the very first match, you know, where he had the slow start. I was like, you know, whenever you were down 5-0, there was a couple shots that looked like were a little bit rushed. He's like, well, I play pretty fast. I'm like, well, no, you definitely play fast. But there was a couple shots that seemed like they were a little rushed just due to the frustration. And right here, where he's right back into the smooth fast pace versus that jerky fast pace that I'm kind of referring to in that first match. Whenever we were watching him play before, he was playing just like this, just effortlessly smooth, on point, in position. And now we're back to a tied match. So it was a catastrophic error by Joseph that last match. You see him testing the rail again.
Yeah, and that could be very good. I mean, he could have had a dead rail there, so when he came into it, it could have just died off and came straight back and on the wrong angle. And so that's what he was taking a look at. So that way he knows next time.
Don't count on that rail.
Don't count on that rail, yeah. You know, and that comes into play a lot with your kicks and especially your banks. You know, if there's a particular dead spot in the rail, which happens, especially in many pool rooms all over the country. So he'll just have to adjust. Of course, Del Sim, his first time here at the Maryland State Championships. It looked to be a rocky start in the beginning, but wins his first match hill, and then continues to move his way all the way through the A side.
5 and the 6 ball go down. 10 ball thought about going in the side pocket. Looks like they're having a little powwow on the left side of the table here.
I don't know. Can he even see the part of the one?
No, I don't think so. It's really hard to tell from here. He might be able to feather the edge. Yeah, it looks like he can.
Oh, he tried to come all the way back around. You know, Josh, I like if he feathered it easier and let the cue ball drift down to the bottom rail and let the 3 ball, you know, be the blocker between the cue ball and the 1. Plus he moved the 9 out. But not an easy shot here for Joseph. He's going to have to punch this off the rail and come out for the 2.
So Dell's going to have the option here. Pretty confident he's taking this one.
Yeah, he'll take this. He'll take this shot. You know, he's only got to get the cue ball, you know, a couple inches back. So he'll.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! He got there too. So on that particular shot, the 2 ball was close to the pocket. I almost like hitting that shot softer with a little bit of spin and get yourself into position on the 3 because he didn't need to go a lot of distance on it. He elected obviously to go back 2 rails, and he overcut it. So, of course, Del Sim knocked off Casper earlier. Sent Casper over to the B side. And we got another update here for you. Casper wins 7-1 or 7-2 over Rick Scarlato. Tournament director here. So Rick is out. Casper will move forward. Good tournament there by Mr. Rick Scarlato.
I think Aranis and George Rodriguez are playing right now.
Wow.
I can't see the full scorecard. Somebody has one. See if I can't get that where I can see it so we can keep tabs on that. Looks like we're going to have an early 10 ball here. Oh, no. 4 ball goes by easy. We're just waiting on Jen on the table right behind where he's going to have to cue from.
Of course, Jen's one of my favorites too. On the team, very nice person. Had an opportunity to spend lots of time with her out in Poland. I got to know her a little bit, and she just really is a great person. Very great player. Good shot there by Joseph.
And with that 10 ball, Joseph's going to take the lead. He's going to be up 1 rack over Del Sim here.
Jose, this is a winner side match between Del Sim and Joseph Korsiak. I hope I'm saying that right. So I don't know too much about Joseph. So if anybody is watching the stream, drop us a little line in there. If you know him, let us know where he's from. Obviously, he's had a good tournament thus far. And if you guys are just tuning in, please hit the share button. Brought back 24 today.
Oh.
Now look at this. 10 ball nestles up right next to the side pocket by the 3 ball.
Dell's got a good chance to capitalize here.
His might be quick work here. If he can get there with the 2 ball too, I mean, he just play the 1, draw back, play the 2 right to the 10 if he wants. There we go. We have Joey. So Joseph goes by Joey. He's one of the best players in Long Island. So thank you, Jose. Yeah, he
came up a little short on this,
yeah,
didn't he?
he wanted to be further down, so he's definitely on the wrong line here.
I guess he's playing for the run out now.
Oh my goodness.
That was a missed opportunity here.
Well, that was probably the best thing that the 10 ball fell for him.
Yeah, instead of sitting right there.
Instead of sitting right in the pocket. You know, that's why it's so important to be on that right line as you're coming into the shot. You know, he's got to back cut the 2 ball into the 10. He wanted to be below it. That way he could just roll it naturally because there was a little bit of an angle on that 10 because it was to the other side of the pocket. But Joey can cut the 2 ball here. Bump the 3 just slightly. He really
or a lot.
It. Yeah. But see, now I don't think that goes by.
No, he's going to have to play the combo here.
So had he have bumped it just lightly, he would have had a shot on the 3 in the corner. Yeah, Matthew. Of course, I've known Dell. I've talked to Dell over the last year or so. Just back and forth. Met him a couple times when I was in New York City, Steinway.
It was a good shot there.
Yeah, he gets a good angle on the 4. So I see a lot of people popping in now for the stream. If you guys are joining us, this is a winner side match between Del Sim and Joey Korsiak. Race to 7. The game is 10 ball. And we're bringing you live coverage from BSN, the Billiard Sport Network. I'm Jake Lawson, along with my partner Josh Setterfield. And we're at our host location here at Champion Billiards in Frederick, Maryland.
He's feeling a little uncomfortable with this shot. Looks like he's switched to draw here. Come back out to the middle of the table, be on top of the 8 ball. Watch out.
Yeah, I was going to say because of the angle, he was going to have to hit it firm, so he was either going to have to come just before the pocket and back out for the 8, or over above the pocket, which he did. So this will be another draw shot to the rail. Great shot there, Josh.
Yeah, that was done very nice.
Thanks, Matthew. We like the ticker tape too. If you guys are following, you can see all the day 2 action as it unfolds up there. We'll bring you the scores as they're updated to us to let you know who's moving on and whose hopes of becoming the 2008 Maryland State Ball 10 Ball champion.
2018.
2018. What did I say?
2008. You threw it way back.
Oh, I went back, way back, back in the time. I don't even think I can remember 2008. Of course, guys, don't forget we have our sponsors down in the bottom right-hand corner. You can click on any of their links in the post itself. Head on over to Facebook. Give those guys a like on their page. And, of course, if you need any of their services, do not hesitate to reach out. All these guys that support us are big supporters of the pool world in general and great guys. So don't hesitate to deal with them at all. Ralph, we are trying to hold off the Wilkie Earl match so that we can get it on the stream table next. So it should be live here at the conclusion of this match.
He's able to get the 6 down in the right side pocket there, so keeping control of the table. Shot on the 1 ball here. Gets redemption on that side
Don't
pocket.
hit the 8.
And that
he
could have turned out a lot worse.
He was trying to come back around into the middle of the table for the 2.
Well, it was nicely done.
Very
Uses 7 to hold
shot.
the cue.
Dell needs to get out of this rack to climb back into this match. To get it within 1. Nice draw back by Dell. He'll draw this back a little bit too. He probably would have liked to get a little bit straight, but he can just go forward just a tiny bit here or stop it. And leave himself here for an angle so he can come into this rail, back over for the 10.
Nice
Slow
speed
rolls.
there.
Yeah, that was good. A little slow roll action. Dell gets out of that rack. He needed that.
Nice little break and run there.
So we've seen this from Dell before. You know, he's behind, and then he catches that gear, that nice smooth stroke. Starts to look a little fluid out there. And then he starts putting the heat back on his opponent. So, of course, Casper, who's here, was the favorite. He went first here in the blind bid. And Dell knocked him to the B side earlier. So don't go there. Don't go there. So we got some champions over there. So Joey to break here. The 10 ball goes, but in this particular, wow, lots of balls go. So in this particular format, you can't win with the 10 ball falling on the break, so that'll come back up in spot. Joey makes 3 balls on the break. And unfortunately, doesn't have a clear-cut shot here at the 1. He can see it. So he's got to decide. The 9 ball is right there by the side. So if he really wants to attack this, he could try to play the bank to the 9. Or he could play safe. Try to bring the cue ball back over up top or down below. So he elects to play safe. And you can tell there that he's got the blocker with the 7. So Dell is going to go to the air. So we'll stay here on this angle. Call the 1 in the corner. It's got almost a whole ball to get over here. And a heck of a shot by Del Sim. clutch jump shot. So let's see if he can finish out this rack and tie it up at 5. He's got to be feeling the adrenaline after that shot. Rick Molinaro, thanks for joining us, man. Sorry we didn't see you at this tournament. Nine ball sets up by the side, so it's just got to make the 8. Good shot, perfect angle. Just come off the rail here, play the 10 in the corner. And there you have it. Dell ties it up. So comes from behind again. He was down all match. Dell's going to take a break, so he'll be back shortly. This is very similar to his first TV table match, which was the first one of the day, Saturday morning. Started off a little bit rusty, was behind most of the match, then came back to win a Hill Thriller, which catapulted him to go on through the winner's side of the bracket as he rattled off the next these 5 or 6 matches. Then taking the #1 player out of Casper in the tournament. I say #1, but obviously that was the top player that went in the bids. But of course we have Earl Strickland here and James Aranas, Sean Wilkie, Brandon Schuff, lots of top-level players. And here we are again. Dell climbs his way back from being behind to tie it up. So we'll see if he can continue to move on here as we get back. Just like to thank our event sponsors. They help On the Hill bring you this great Maryland State event. Lights Out Billiards Apparel, Aramith Billiard Balls, Tap Chesapeake Bay region, great tap leagues here in Maryland. Simonis Cloth, Champion Billiard Sports Bar, which is our host location. Felipe Custom Cues, McDermott, Navigator Tips. And of course, thanks to all the stream sponsors. We appreciate that. So Dell is back at the table. He will be breaking in this alternate break format. So I like that Dell's measuring on the table. He's got a particular spot he likes to be at for the break. Big, tall guy. It's a little help from the 9 ball. When the 7 goes down, and he's got a shot on the 1. So all the balls look to be open. This will be a key shot here. You can cut the 1 in the corner. To come two rails maybe. There it goes. Good shot by Dell. Gets position on the 2. ball's got to hurry. So he decides, rather than taking a little bit more of a cut shot and rolling back towards the spot, he decides to come all the way. He tries to get all the way over past the 5, but it slows down just a little bit. So now he's going to be cueing over the 3 ball. You can see he's not very steady here, so. Kenneth, when we get a break here before the match, take a look at the charts. You can actually just click on the pin post right at the top of this feed where we have the brackets located. You can click on that, and it'll take you, and you can see who's all on the winner side and on the B side. Yeah, I agree. Nobody wants to shoot this shot. He was a little unsteady sitting on the table still, so he's going to use the bridge. He doesn't have to get really crazy on this shot. I mean, if he wants, he could just slow roll it. There's people here watching, of course, Football Sunday. So we got lots of people over there cheering. So look at Dell here trying to get creative. So a little ingenuity there by Del Sim, using the bridge across the table as a support. So now he's got the 4 ball in the side. So good shot there by Dell. Gets the 5 ball to go by in the side pocket. And now he's got shape on the 6. We'll draw back on the 8 ball. 9 ball sits by the side.
A good stroke there. I caught the score on the Aranas and Rodriguez match, and it is 4-2 in Arana's favor right now.
There you go, guys. Go Skins. I'm with you, Kenneth. Del Sim gets it.
First one to the hill. Let's take a look at this this replay. Brought to you.
Yeah, this is the last replay where he uses the bridge and cues over the table and makes a good shot. Hits it full. Comes down and gets position on the 4 ball. So obviously he took a lot of time here, tried a few different things. This is the shot that started the run out earlier for Dell. I mean, just makes a sick jump shot, full ball over the 7. Sees queued up high, hits it, comes right down on it.
Drills it.
Yeah, drains it, gets shape on the 5. So now we have Dell up 6-5. He's on the hill now after trailing the entire match. Some exciting shots by him to get back into this match against Joey. So Joey's going to have to bear down now. if he gets another opportunity here.
Yeah, it comes up dry on the break. Giving Dell a chance at it here.
That was a good shot by Del Sim. You know, it's almost like he's forcing his will on the table right now. You can tell he's hitting the balls with confidence.
It's just a whole different gear than the way he plays at the beginning of his set. It's wild. This is the third time I've seen this happen now.
And the thing is that's what happens. You know, I mean, you start out slow, but you make a couple good shots, a really nice jump shot. You know, you use a little ingenuity with the bridge, you know, and things start going right for you, and your heart gets pumping because you're like, man, I just made this excellent shot, you know, and then the confidence level goes through the roof. And, of course, Joey breaks dry, and he can do nothing but sit in the chair now and wait. See if Dell makes a mistake. He's good here on the 9.
And he lays pretty.
Yeah, he comes up nice off the rail for the 10 back in the same corner. And another comeback from Del Sim, the Highlander.